What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Friday the 14th podcast, UHD. I am the 4K bad guy.
A little too silent there.
Do you want me to be louder? Bad guy.
And I am everything, every Juan, all at once.
You're that new A24, well, not new anymore since it's on physical media.
I am Juan. But Nick, what are we? We're here talking to everybody like we do, probably once a month, every other month. It is time to show and talk about some physical media.
Holy shit. I can't do that with mine. But yeah, the physical, the PSIs.
Or is it
Uh,
physical with a capital F?
you know what F stands for.
Fun. And that's what we're going to have here today
And
on this
friends.
stream. Fun, friends, and F also stands for Father Stew.
Father Stew. Is that what the
Father
first movie we're
Stew.
pulling up?
That's the first one I'm whipping out. Um,
I like that. Was that planned the whole time?
it was not. But that's what my first one I want to show off. Father Stew.
Marky Mark.
Um, Mark Wahlberg, man, based on a true story. Um, I didn't know that it was based on a true story, and it was actually a really surprise to me. Um, because of how good it was. So if you are physical media lovers and touchers out there, then I highly recommend Father Stew. I think it's a good
Nice.
movie. So
I seen in the trailers, like I want to say Uncharted played the trailer.
oh yeah, another Mark Wahlberg movie.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's a recommendation by Juan. Um, my first pickup of the stream, it's a Criterion. Criterion, you hear that one?
Oh yes, I got some Criterion on my hands.
I know you
Was it
do.
was this Criterion inspired by anybody?
Unfortunately, no. I mean, it's been recommended in YouTube videos and whatnot. I've seen it. I was like, I want to check it out for myself. So I'm actually its house. You ever heard of this movie one?
I have. I actually I
You own
touched
it?
it. I touched no, I don't. But I
Oh,
touched it a few hours ago. I went to the illustrious Barnes and Noble a few hours ago because they are having their girthy 50% off Criterion sale right now. And they do it every July and every November, and it's amazing. I'll leave it at that point.
at that point. Yeah, this is. I mean, based off what I've seen, like little clips and stuff, it's like one of those what the fuck type of movies. It's like I've heard it's like one of those you're on acid without being on acid type of movies.
Those are the best ones.
The best ones. Um, you're next, right?
I'll keep it all in the Criterion family. This was a completely blind watch, or I haven't even watched it yet, but a completely blind buy. Never heard about it. Didn't even pick up the back of it and watched it. Didn't even look at a trailer or read the synopsis. I just completely picked it up and bought it just to have it. And it's called Farewell Amore, and it's a 2020 release, but it went straight to Criterion. And that's one thing we got to say about all the Criterions. They're always super super nice.
The clear cases.
Yeah, always super nice. But I picked it up again. I don't know anything about it. And I'll usually do that on every July. I'll pick up like 10 or 15 Criterion movies. Um, and, and
Oh,
I don't know nothing about them, but it's just to throw in there and add to the collection. So farewell, Amore. Hopefully, I can give a rating about it in a few days or a few weeks. So, you do any
and
of those? You are any of these ever going to be like complete blind bias?
well, I have another blind buy
Let's see.
that we'll get to. Um,
What's next?
I'll be quite honest. I had to organize in the years the movies came out.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit silly, but yeah. Um, but you'll we'll see it further down the line. But it's never blind buy. I'll say it. I'll say that. Essentially, I mean, when I was looking through like the list of movies Criterion has, they're all gonna be blind buys. To be quite
Nice.
honest, because they're like some of them like are all old movies and then very lesser known titles.
Yeah.
So you gotta be a extreme hardcore fan. I mean, or just a film lover in general. So my second is going to the collection of an actor that I
Mm.
enjoy.
Mm. Oh, look at
Vampire's Kiss,
you.
Nick
Look
Cage,
at you, my boy.
MVD.
Which they are starting to put out some pretty good physical media here of late.
I mean, it's not so much horror, but it is still goes into the genre. So it's like it's a Nick Cage collection and horror collection.
Nice. I'm not
Yeah.
going to spend too much time on mine because you just showed it off.
Oh,
So
that's planned. Not
it was
bad.
planned. You know what? Maybe I mean future episode maybe underrated.
Underrated.
So do you want me to still go and pick another one up, or you want to swing back around to you?
I'll let you get the next try since it was kind of a.
I'm just gonna show off some quick animated ones. I'm not gonna spend too many times on them or too much time on them because of just their animation. Mostly picked up for the kid. Space Jam 2, piece of shit. No, I'm just messing with
Mm,
you. I mean, if you're a Space Jam fan like I was back in the day, you're not gonna like this one, I don't think, because of how just randomly trashed it was put together. Um, but the kid enjoyed it, so I guess it did its due. Um, Turning Red,
ooh.
just a huge Disney
Show
Pixar
the show
fan.
the image again.
The red case.
Get closer. Yeah, like the red case. But it
Yeah.
kind of looks like this little image, isn't it?
Oh,
No,
there you
bad.
go. That is. Yeah. It's the rated R version and the PG-13
Mm.
version. Um,
You say
and then
PG-13? That movie's PG-13?
it should be. It's PG,
Oh, I
but
was like, wow.
and then the one that I want to spend just a little bit of time on because of the cast and how good and how funny it actually was is the bad guys. Um,
The movie made after
so
me.
yeah, completely. If I mean it would say Nick H, but it's silent. But yeah, that's
And is
my
that's not 4K, is it?
huh.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. But what do you got?
What do I got for the next one?
Yeah.
Keeping it horror, that's just made big old collection. There's some non-horror titles. I don't know if I should go through those first. But anyways, I mean, this one's a DVD. Stigmata. I don't know how I'm saying it right. Stigmata or Stigmata. I believe this movie came out like 99
I've heard some about Stigma
around
before.
there.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it.
Now, I mean, I know this has a Blu-ray release, but they believe it's one of those out of prints. So I'm like, do I want to spend a lot of money on a movie that I've not seen? Just settle with the DVD for now. Yeah, Patricia
Hmm.
Arquette.
Patricia. I am going to spend a little bit of time on. I'll spend a little bit of time on this because I think whether it be with you or whether it be on Mondays or Thursdays, I think one day I do want to talk about this movie, and it is Nicolas Cage, um, the unbearable weight of massive talent.
Since you're pulling it out, it's only
It's only right.
it's
Yeah,
only right.
good man
It
too. I like
was
the still book.
it was fun.
It was fun. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And of
Yeah,
course, it's 4K. I mean,
4K.
Nick Cage.
But I mean, Lionsgate has been killing the steelbooks lately. I think you showed it on the last one. I don't know. You might have showed it off. I think there was a few Lionsgate that we had showed off before. I think there were some Rob Zombie ones you showed off. We've done Cabin in the Woods. But yeah, the unbearable weight of massive talent. Uh, Tremendous movie. But even more of a tremendous steelbook. So again, if anybody's like just tuning in and just clicked on us out of the blue, once a month, me and Nick, kind of just gather up some physical media buys and watches, and we'll kind of just talk about what we go through. And I mean, I think some of this stuff is really important because there's some stores like Target and some other places that are like trying to push out physical media.
Yeah. Speaking of Target, I mean, their selection is gone.
Yeah.
Very, very slim. Um, I guess by default it's kind of my turn. I mean,
Yeah,
right?
you're good. My bad.
Because I was like, I'm gonna show you. Oh, we have the same thing, huh? Um, I know you've been showing Johnny Depp some love, a lot of love. So
Juanito Depp.
this is more of a gothic horror type. I guess that's the genre.
Goth.
Goth horror. Goth. Sleepy Hollow with Christina Ricci.
Mm,
Yes, she's the girl from Casper, and who plays Wednesday Adams.
mm. And
And
in this movie, you can hear Johnny Depp say, "Can I keep you?"
I could hear it, and it's also Christopher Walken comes out, and I don't want to say what character he plays, but I mean, he comes out.
Hey, yo, Christopher Walken. I don't have too many horror movies in my stacks. Maybe one. Let's see, one, two, three, four, five. Maybe I don't have very many. Um, I'm a huge '80s nerd, even though I was born 1 year after the '80s ended. But I always feel connected to '80s movies. It doesn't matter what it is. And another '80s movie is from a director that I really enjoy. They've done stuff like Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So a John Hughes movie that finally hit Blu-ray this week. She's having a baby with Kevin Bacon. Uh, so yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Not
Kevin
gonna spend
Bacon.
too much. I'm not gonna spend too much time on that because I probably just showed that up right now, and people probably exited out. And they're like,
What
"Fucking Kevin Bacon."
the?
She's having a baby. She's having. Let's go change the channel. No,
Let's change the channel. Kevin Bacon. I mean,
he was in Friday the 13th.
he was Friday 14th, Friday 13th, and Hollow Man and Stir of Echoes, and some
Echo,
of the movies
echo.
that I've not seen. But Tremors.
Mm,
Did I already say Tremors?
no,
Ginger Snaps. Early
snap.
2000s film. Now this is it's like a trilogy set, even though it's like just a regular case.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, binged all three of those. I
Back
think
to back
last
to
week.
back.
Okay, maybe not back to back, but I've watched the first one like at night, then I knocked out. So I think I finished. Yeah, I finished it through. I started the second one. That's when I fell asleep. Then I picked it up in the morning, and then watched the third one after that. Just just watch movies on my day off. That's just when I'm home.
That's the best.
The best. But
Um.
Ginger Snaps. It's about werewolves.
Ooh. I'll stay in the horror genre for this pick. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go through and just talk about this
Ooh,
one.
you tease.
Um, my next one is a recent one of two 2022 movies from Liam Neeson this year. Unfortunately, I only have one of them, but the one I'm going to talk about is Memory. Um, it's not a bad watch, but it wasn't a great watch either. It's one of those that was just kind of in between. Um, nice little time filler of a 2 hour movie. Um, would I recommend to buy it? No, probably I wouldn't spend
Mm,
I wouldn't spend 20 bucks on it again. but I would definitely. It's worth a rent if you can find it for $3.99.
Does it have the Taken vibes?
No, it's a little bit more. Liam Neeson. You don't know if he's like good or bad, so you don't know if you want to root for him or not root for him.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah,
Qui-Gon Jinn.
there you go. Exactly. Um, but yeah, memory.
Memory. He gives us all good memories. All right, we're gonna get some Stephen King. It's DVD, not Blu-ray, unfortunately, but it's a mini series, a TV mini series.
Mm.
This is just more for nostalgic purposes on my end, but it's not very rose red.
Oh, nice.
It never made the upgrade, so we're at DVD.
I have the Stand, the original one from the '90s, miniseries on Blu-ray, but I've never checked it out yet.
I remember watching that when it was airing on TV. It was fun because I was too young for the
Oh yeah.
yeah, but
My next one I recently did a rating for on the Instagram, and it was recent watch. 7 Pounds with Will Smith. I've seen this movie before. I saw it years and years ago when it first came out. Um, but I recently watched it this past week, and it was a really fun movie. Really, really good movie. Hitch in the Feels. I highly recommend it. Will Smith. Yeah,
Will Smith,
Will Smith.
nice. I always thought like, what's this movie about? Is he weigh 7 pounds or what weighs 7 pounds?
You
It's
want to
about
know what
money.
weighs 7 pounds?
It's like pounds is money.
No,
No,
it's those girthy ears that weigh 7 pounds.
his big ears.
No, no, it's good though. Recommend it.
Mm. My next pickup, 2000s, early 2000s. Now, even though this is the titles of a name, I still think it'll be pretty funny to review it on the months. But it's it's a meh
May.
DVD. This is another movie that I believe has not gotten an upgrade. So,
You know what that case reminds me of?
what does it remind you of?
It's got some A24 vibes.
A24
Vibes.
vibes. You've seen this movie before, right?
Negative.
No, okay. I don't know. I mean, it may or may not be a movie you may enjoy.
May.
May, may. But it mean I thought that was a, f- a fun watch. It's just it's a long build up.
Long build up.
Yeah.
Um. So a little backstory on my podcast. Every year we dedicate the entire year to something. A little backstory. I don't know if anybody knows, but every year has a theme that we've done. Um, and this year's theme is Denzel Washington. So every month we've been doing a Denzel episode leading into our huge Denzel finale at the end of the year. So I checked out Crimson Tide with Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman for the first time. Um, it's okay, you know.
Mm.
Uh, some of these movies, I just feel like are a little too girthy. I don't know if I
So
need a. I don't know if I need to see this movie that's at 2 hours and 20 minutes, but it's good. Denzel Washington, Gene Hackman. I'd recommend it. It's a good one time watch.
one time watch.
Yeah,
So not girthy doesn't mean good all the time.
not all the time. Sometimes it's
Mm.
unbearable of a massive weight of
Unbearable
talent.
West. That's what they call it in the cage.
Nothing but love though. What are you gonna show off?
Potential episode. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
show. It's a movie that we've kind of already talked about. It's made mentions over the
Oh boy. Ghost Ship. I think I have
this
that.
the Scream Factory Blu-ray.
I don't have the Scream Factory one though.
I seen a DVD lenticular copy. I almost picked it up. I was like, Do I pick it up?
Oh, you're picking it up, all right.
Mm, looks nice, lenticular. And it was a snap-on cases too, though.
Nice. Um, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this because it's physical media, but it's not a movie. I picked up 2K, NBA 2K, 2K22. And then these next three I'm gonna zoom through because I don't have to zoom through them. Um,
NBA 2K23, man, Michael Jordan.
oh yeah, he's on like every other year though. Like,
But this is 23.
oh, that's true. Okay,
Special.
yeah, yeah, you're right. That makes sense. Um, directed by Paul Verhoeven, who's the same guy who I believe directed RoboCop. I think. I don't know. Let me go. Let me just do my homework because I don't like to tell people the wrong information. And then I get hate mail, and somebody's like, "Hey,
Ooh,
hey, guess what, guy? You
big
know,
guy.
you didn't do this right." Um,
Just say
some,
it's Steven Spielberg.
but no, you know what? That's why I shouldn't second guess myself because I was right to begin with. He did direct RoboCop. Um, but Benidia, um, it's a newer movie. Again, this is another blind buy, blind watch. I've never, ever, ever, ever heard about it, but it was released in 2022. How can I have a top five episode about the best movies of 2022 if I myself have not seen as many movies as I can in 2022?
That might be number one right there, right?
Yeah, it could be. It's about sex, okay,
What?
and it's about purgatory, okay,
Purgatory. Ooh.
and it's about nuns.
Oh man. It's a great
Um,
combination.
Drugs and Cops, King of New York. I think this is on Criterion, but this was only $5 at a pawn shop, so can't beat it. And it was still in the
Nice.
plastic, so the case still feels brand new. Um, does any of that bother you, Nick? When you go, say, I don't know if you have any like used places that you go to, but if you get like a used copy of something, if the case is just torn all to shit, will you
Mm.
still buy it and put it in another case when you get home, or will you just leave it there?
If I have any cases leaving around, I mean, I'm kind of having a hard time getting switchable cases. So I may need to go on Amazon, purchase some cases.
Don't
Huh?
unless they're cheaper than $1. Go to the Dollar Tree, your local Dollar Tree, and just buy Blu-rays. Doesn't matter if you have them or not because the case it's only $1 and change.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have like 10 stacks of Dollar Tree movies that I don't even want or have the need, but they're brand new like Blu-ray slips and cases.
Pro tip.
Yeah, and that's the tip from Juan.
The top of the tip from Juan.
Speaking of tips, the Mexican
That sounds
with
a bit racist.
with Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts, who are not
Mm.
Mexican.
What?
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Is he at least part Mexican?
I don't
Brad
know.
Pitt.
Um, James Gandolfini is also in it. Um, again, this is one of those movies. 2001. It just got released on Blu-ray, but I've never ever seen it. I've always heard about it. Huge Brad Pitt fan. So when they finally released it on Blu-ray, I was like, it was only $12. So I was like, I got to check it out. So I did. But I haven't watched it yet. So yeah. What about you? What's next? I know I just did like three in a row.
You did three in a row.
I did. I'm sorry, but they were older titles, like something that's a little older. I'm gonna try to just like skip it out of the way.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of the stuff I got are older titles.
My bad.
All right. This one came out, I believe, last month or 2 months ago. I'm just late in getting it. But we got Cursed,
Eh,
Christine Ritchie again. Again. With Jesse Eisenberg.
I might have to
Watched
pick
it.
that up. It's a Wes Craven movie.
It is a Wes Craven movie.
Is it good?
For its time.
for its
I'll
time.
say I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, especially if there's something that we might talk about in the future. We'll leave it short and sweet.
I mean, it's pretty interesting since I got to watch that Ginger Snaps trilogy, which is about werewolves. So it's like a
Mm.
wolf binge. That's nice. And plus Christina Ricci again. Can I keep you?
um.
Do you want me to show two more, or do you want, or do
No, no,
you want
yeah,
to
yeah.
go?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Show two more.
Um. All right. I got a DVD, a DVD. So I love collecting DVDs nowadays. So, but Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. But this is like a out of print copy, I believe, because I was looking online. You had to go on eBay or like something like that. Selling.
Hmm.
But I mean, it only released on DVD. That's
I have a few DVDs that unfortunately, are still just a DVD. So
and since I enjoy Batman so much, and I Beetlejuice and whatever Michael Keaton likes to star in, but White Noise. That's a
oh
Michael
yeah,
Keaton horror movie.
Michael Keaton.
It's becoming like a little
It's
thing. Like
yeah.
I try to track on the horror movies that like you have these bigger name actors.
That's smart. Like, because for some reason, a lot of those movies that have the big name actors back in the day, they just weren't like very well received, I guess. I heard about that though.
White Noise. That sounds racist too.
I'll say in the horror genre, I'm halfway through it. I didn't get to finish it, but The Cursed,
The sequel? No, man, that's a
no.
silent movie.
Um, but you know what? This is actually so far in the first hour. I still have 55 minutes to go. Really good so far. Have you
Hmm.
seen it?
I've always passed up on it.
Yeah,
And it's funny enough that came out the same time as Cursed, that's released.
I done some digging and some looking at the reviews, and so far some people are calling it one of the best horror movies of the year. So I had to get my fingers on it and talk. Hopefully one day talk about it, but um, not bad so far. It's different from any other horror movie I've ever watched.
All right, maybe next time I go to the
You might have
BV.
you might have to touch it.
I'll touch it before I just
Oh, okay.
pick it up and leave with it. Can touch it again.
That's funny.
The Curse. That nice. I'm gonna give you another Scream Factory release.
Oh yeah.
House of Wax.
Nice, nice. I I got that version. Paris Hilton's in that.
Of course. Actress of the decade. The
Yeah.
century. And then of
There's
course
Go ahead. Go.
Jared Padalecki. I believe that's how you say his name. Ooh. He left me on stream. I'm sad. Very, very sad. Um it's been a while since I checked this movie out. So yeah. It's been a while since I've seen the movie.
It's not bad. I thought I was gonna completely shit all over it when I first watched it because Paris Hilton was in it, but definitely wasn't the case. I
And
appreciated it.
it's a remake.
So
Because early 2000s love making remakes.
I know this movie's about to get a 4K release. I think from Scream Factory. I don't know, or Arrow, Scream Factory. Somebody's about to put it out on 4K. I
Mm,
think, but I found this for only $1, and it's Species,
species.
and it's on Blu-ray, and it's the actual first one with um the chick in it. What's her name? Natasha Henstridge or some shit like that. But Ben Kingsley is in it too, and Forrest Whitaker, and
Oh,
Alfred Molina.
it's all star cast right there.
Yeah, but I've never seen it.
Species. I actually, my brother gave me that that movie. I just never tuned into it because it's sci-fi horror. Nothing that it's not like anything wrong with the genre. It's just that it's on the lower
I
end
ha-
of
you know what?
horror.
I kind of have to agree with you. Like unless it's Alien and Predators or some movies like that. Maybe the X Files, even Tremors. I know Tremors is like an all time classic, but just something about a sci-fi horror movie that 10 years later it's put on the Sci-Fi Channel. It takes me a little bit to try to rewatch it. So I've never seen Species, but who knows? Maybe I'll try to watch it soon.
And it's kind of hilarious that you popped that. It gave me a reminder that I believe it was the last stream I mentioned it that I did order the Species box set, but it never came in because of an address screw up.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was
Did
like,
you did you ever get it fixed?
well, I mean, I updated it. It just said I don't know where it's at. They
Oh
probably
fuck.
lost it, so like, oh, I'm screwed. But
It's
yeah,
lost in space.
Lost in Space. That's what the situation is. But 4K, I mean, I will for sure pick up the 4K copy, even if I don't like the genre as much.
Speaking of 4K, what do you got? What are you showing off next?
You think my smooth is a fork? No. um, my next movies are actually gonna be DVD. That's a little spoiler. Not really spoiler, but An American Haunting.
Mm,
I believe that's another movie that stayed on DVD. No Blu-ray release. Unless there is one. I know there's
that's
movies out there that have like Region B and all that, like that have higher upgrades, but they only go for like the cool editions, like special edition ones.
what is that? A 1999 movie
I think it's
or
2005.
2000? Oh
Yeah, because I do have these movies like in order of date,
okay,
so it's
nice.
around there.
I should have done that. Um, I don't know if you've seen it yet. You guys can watch this movie free if you have a Peacock subscription. But
Cock.
Firestarter, exactly. That's exactly what this movie is.
You had me a cock.
Um, yeah, Firestarter. Never seen the original, so I can't compare and contrast. But this one was just, unfortunately, just wasn't very good. Even
Yeah,
the good looks of Zac Efron could not save the movie. So
that's
I,
upsetting.
g- I gave it a dud rating. I think I gave it like a 3 out of 10.
Oh, I love Zach. What the? I don't know. I mean, I've already shown this on the last stream, but just because you pulled up the newer one, might as well show the older. Yeah.
I want to get that too. But I saw the runtime for the original, and it's like 2 hours. I'm like, if I'm having a hard time with the new one, which is an hour and 20 minutes, oh my!
Hour and
But
20 minutes.
yeah, it's not very long at all. Maybe they left too much out. Who knows? What do you got?
Zac Efron, High School Musical. Damn it. Uh, uh, Cry Wolf.
I've heard a lot about that. That movie was big when it first came out. I remember when that came out.
This is unrated. You know what that means.
Underrated.
But yeah, another movie stuck on a DVD.
I'm gonna have to call you the DVD bad guy.
Hey, no, no, that's downgrade. Like I said, if it doesn't have a Blu-ray release for 4K, it's got to settle with DVD.
Um, my next one is actually completely shocked the hell out of me with how good it was. Um, Studio 666.
Ooh,
Um, the entire band, the Foo Fighters, are in this movie, and it's funny, it's gooey,
gooey.
it's chewy horror, but it feels like it could be like a serious horror movie. And I really appreciated it, especially with all the practical effects. So, Studio 666.
Studio 666. All right, might as well. This is never one of those where I get to go again after because you showed it off. I showed off right away.
It's you know what, I think that could be a fun conversation too. I think on any show, whether UHD or Friday the 14th, I think it would be just a fun rewatch. I don't know if you've seen it yet, um, but I
Yeah.
I I, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Studio 66. All right, the DVD bad guy it is. Wolf Creek.
I've never heard of that one.
Well, based off of the little um tagline here, it says, well, no, it's not even tagline. It's more of a man tagline says based on true events, but from Quentin Tarantino, he
Mm.
said, where are you going? Delivers a performance that destined to go down as one of the great horror film heavies of the last 25 years. So the director delivers a performance, yeah. And then Robert Rodriguez also states, as real as horror gets.
Mm.
And there's just a bunch of like different critics, or I guess not since the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre has terror felt so real.
Oh,
Ken Fox TV Guide. So I
TV
mean,
Guide. It's got to be
okay.
true if TV Guide said it was.
But I mean, Wolf Creek.
Nice.
That's I've not seen it yet, but it's got the
Um,
Quentin Tarantino stamp of approval.
hey, that means it's got to mean something.
Robert
Uh,
Rodriguez.
my next one is definitely going to get people to just exit out of this live stream. But not only is it 4K, Nick, it's a Best Buy exclusive 4K steelbook. Oh, Downton Abbey. Oh, Downton Abbey got a 4K steelbook. And of
Why?
course,
Yeah,
and
man.
of course, I couldn't stop there. I had to get part 2.
Ooh.
Yeah. Why you say? Because I wanted to see the second one, and I can't watch the second one unless I don't have the first one.
That makes sense.
I'm again, I need help. If anybody can steer me in the right direction.
You find God.
Yeah. Shoppers Anonymous.
Shoppers Anonymous.
Yeah.
I don't have no Downton Abbey on 4K, but I have another Scream Factory release of Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie.
Oh,
Vernon.
nice. Hey,
Now,
isn't that a podcast?
a podcast. Behind the Mask, Mr. Fuentes.
That's a plug right there.
Have you ever heard about this movie?
I've seen the poster, I think, and I think if you showed, yeah, I think I've seen the
The
poster,
original poster?
but I haven't seen it.
Oh. Yeah, it was an interesting watch. It's like a mockumentary, and it's not really a spoiler or anything because it's on the cover. It says Freddy, Jason, Michael. We all need someone to look up to. It's kind of referring to like in this movie, those characters are real life, not made up characters.
Nice.
That's
I saw
that's a cool concept.
I saw that Robert Englund was in there too, so I'm guessing the people who played those, are in the movie. What Michael do you get?
I don't think you get a Michael Myers actor unless I just didn't notice him. But I did know it because Robert Englund and me.
What movie was it called? Behind the Mask?
Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon. I think they made a
Hmm.
comic sequel or a prequel, whatever.
I didn't know that was a Scream Factory release.
Yeah, it's a fun time.
Hmm. I might have to check into that.
It's like
So
the
Kane
same
Hodder,
universe.
well, Kane Hodder's in it, so there's Jason.
Yeah.
There has to be some kind of Michael Myers in there. Like even when did that come out? 06? So yeah, even if you got the guy from Resurrection in there, technically that's a Michael Myers. Did you know that
Yeah.
turns 20 this year?
You can remind me.
Um I'm gonna show off another 4K, unless you want to show off a second one, since I showed the two Downton Abbeys.
I mean, you said 4K, so I mean, that automatically counts as two. I don't know.
Okay,
I'm just making rules now.
okay.
Uh, since we are wrestling fans, can you guess what movie I'm about to pull out?
The Marine Four.
That's pretty scary.
See no evil, one or two. Yes,
See No Evil on Blu-ray.
nice. I think those both of those movies are underrated.
UHD.
Yeah,
And I mean, part two has Daniel Harris.
it does, and it's directed by the sisters. I don't know how to pronounce their first name, but they are some sick, twisted directors.
Sick fucks.
Yeah. I haven't watched this yet. I am a Harry Potter fan, but I am not a diehard fan. And I didn't go see this one in theaters, and I'm still kind of salty because they recasted Johnny Depp's character.
Ooh.
But I had to pick up still because I have all the others. Fantastic Beasts, Secrets of Dumbledore. So I had to pick it up.
An actor who came on the was at the movie. It was at the con where
The
I'm
what?
at. One of the actors, I don't know why his name doesn't pop into mind.
The guy who took Johnny Depp's spot?
Well, now he's more of a side character, comic relief. Comes on the other movies of that trilogy, I guess.
Oh,
The guy from
the ch-
Fanboys, I believe.
yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
chubby guy.
the chubby guy, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, he's at a
Fanboys. That's another movie, man. Do you have that one?
I don't have it on.
Man, that's a fun movie.
I mean, I would say the recent thing I've seen of his is The Offer. The show on Paramount Plus
Mm.
with Miles Teller. I seen the first two or three episodes and it's really
Miles
good.
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller, man, and you're a fan of the Godfather series.
I am.
That show is probably made for you.
Have you watched it?
I've seen the first two or three episodes.
You like it?
I need to get back into it. Yeah, but they're like an hour long episodes, so
Nice. But how many is there? It's
uh
probably just 7 or 8 though, right? I know it's like a mini series kind of thing.
there might be 10 or maybe less. I don't know. Not too long.
The 4K bad guy needs the Godfather trilogy.
Mm, yeah,
You
but
get
it's a fun show.
nice. Um. So yeah, I just showed off Dumbledore. What do you have? You want to show off another?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna show off a Coppola.
Oh,
No, Nicholas Cage again, of course.
I almost picked that up today.
The
I almost
Wicker
picked
Man.
yes, I almost picked up that one and the original.
You can't have a Nicholas Cage horror collection without this way. So
Maybe I'll go pick it up tomorrow. I heard that the original one was like the Godfather of horror movies.
The Godfather.
Yeah, The Wicker Man.
Story.
Um, I want to shed some light because I had not a fan. I don't know what they do, what they're called. You know, listeners. I had a listener email on Monday and said that one of her favorite movies of the year was Mothering Sunday. Never heard of it. Okay. Um, so I go into some looking. I looked it up, and it's available for purchase. So what do I do? I go out and I buy Mothering Sunday just so I can watch it and give some feedback to a listener. If that's not dedication, I don't know what is.
They call them disciples.
But I mean, no, you know, she said it was one of her favorite movies of the year, and I'm like, man, we've had stuff like Batman X, you know,
Sex
Top Gun come out. So I'm like, I want to take somebody's opinion and see if, see if I can feel the same way. So Mothering Sunday.
sounds sounds great. I mean, I'll probably be like I build it for my collection. Like if I got recommendations, although some will be very questionable, like Father's Day.
Hey
So what
man,
is this in your collection?
technically you didn't recommend that.
Oh man, but you have another movie,
Mm,
a movie that I often see get recommended on the platform of YouTube.
YouTube.
And this movie got a remake, but this is the original. Let the right one in.
The right one in. Oh,
Let
let the right
let the
one
right
in.
one in. Yeah. Magnet. Magnet release, I believe.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the company that puts out VHS and uh ABC's Def. It's like a little indie horror production, I guess. A little, but
Magnet's
yeah,
good.
it's about vampire.
Vampire.
It's like Twilight. No, man. It's not Twilight. But yeah, apparently the remake has Chloe Grace.
Corey
Right.
Graves.
No, Chloe Grace.
Oh, I think you said Corey Graves. I'm
Yeah, it's
like,
Chloe Graves. And Carmela. But hers really good. I think it's not, I don't believe it's English yet. It's like subtitles or I don't know.
mm,
But a little tagline: a vampire tale like no other, mesmerizing.
mesmerizing.
There you have it, mesmerizing.
Um, I'm just gonna. It's not gonna be too much time. Michael Bay, Ambulance. Um, yeah. Even the back of it says nonstop Bayhem. It's
What?
exact. It's not nonstop Bayhem. Which is true. Um,
Mm, Bayham.
it feels like it's his version of Speed, though. I don't know if anybody's out there. You guys, I'm sure somebody has seen Speed with Keanu Reeves. But it really has like some Speed vibes to it.
Bullock.
Yeah, but it's not terrible. If you like Michael Bay movies, I think you'll like this one. So, Ambulance. Man, I'm getting down to the nitty gritty. I don't know about you, but
Alrighty. Um, you know you have a lot of movies you post about. I don't know how long ago you posted about this movie or watched it, but Drag Me to Hell,
oh yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
Scream Factory release. Now the upsetting part about this is that the case came out a little bit, yeah, damaged, ripped, torn on the top right here. I put tape over it, but yeah, Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi. I watched that after I watched Doctor Strange. It made me want to watch some Sam Raimi movies. Yeah, good
Sam
movie.
Raimi, the guy who gave you Tom Maguire, Spider-Man.
This is more of a documentary. Um, but the Beatles get back. It's not even really I'm on disc one out of three, and disc one is 2.5 hours. So it's gonna be a pretty lengthy process. But
Girthy.
yeah, the first hour and 2 hours, it's just covering the Beatles of them in like a little TV studio. They have I think they have a month to write and perform 14 brand new songs, and then they're going to perform those 14 new songs in front of a live TV studio audience.
The
Um,
Rooftop.
yeah, so it's pretty interesting so far, and there's a lot of cool collectible stuff that come with it.
Yeah. I have a
You also have what you have. You've showed it off before, but you have the other thing that they put out that was a Criterion release, right?
Oh, I had the Blu-ray edition, but I know there's a 4K edition also. The Hard Day's Night. uh, But
Yes.
yeah, I did go ahead and pick it up because I mean I do love the Beatles. I was like, what was the last Blu-ray release? I think it was like there was a 8 days a week. I believe
Oh
that was
yeah.
what the thing was called. I mean, that was pretty girthy.
So 8 days a week, and then the other one that you just said that you have a hard day's night. What are those?
So the Hard Day's Night is actually an actual Beatles movie, believe it or not. I think they've done like maybe 4 movies. So you have the Hard Day's Night. It's like a black and white film. It's like I guess you can consider it like a comedy, but they are playing themselves. And then it's like little kind of music videos, not the official ones, but it's pretty fun. Um, there's also Help, another title based off an album. So it's a movie around that, I guess. Yo Submarine, an animated cartoon movie, and Magical Mysteries for. I think I want to see that one once, but I don't own that because it doesn't have a US release. It's like Reason be on there.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a nice collection.
Nice. Uh, I have one steelbook and then some Criterion, and then I'm gonna end it with a certain
Oh man, you're just gonna jump on the stream and just be on the stream. Well, Barry, by one.
4K steelbook 60th, I think. It's either 60th anniversary of Lawrence of Arabia. It's a girthy movie. I think it's like almost 4 hours long.
4
Um,
hours.
but it's one of those movies that like supposedly, you know, changed Steven Spielberg's life. It's one of those movies that there's 4 discs in here, by the way, maybe 5 or 6. But it's just one of those movies that filmmakers and people who are just married to film, like some of those famous directors. It's the movie that started what they fell in love with. I've never seen the movie. I have the Blu-ray up here, Lawrence of Arabia, but I'm like, if I'm gonna watch it for the first time, I might as well go and get the 4K Steelbook edition and watch it that way. So I'm gonna pick a weekend that I don't have anything to do because 4 hour movies, they kind of, I don't know, Nick. When's the last time you've seen like a 4.5 hour movie? But it takes a lot out of you, especially the older you get. You're just like, Titanic, though, a 3 hour Titanic movie, it flies by for me. But if it reaches 4 hours,
4 hours.
I'm kind of like, I need some IV, some snacks, and some water. But yeah, 4 hours. There's not too many 4 hour movies out there, but this is one of them. Lawrence of Arabia.
4 hours. Nice. Yes,
Okay,
still
never mind. I over dramatic. I was over dramatic. It's only 3 hours and 38 minutes.
hmm. I'm a little late
Oh,
in the pickup, but yeah, the collector. A movie
nice.
reviewed.
I thought you already had it.
Unfortunately, I did not have it. I still need to get the sequel in the collection. Yeah, the collector.
We reviewed both of them, didn't we?
We did.
Okay.
'Cause
It was a blur for some reason.
it never happened.
That's how you kind of. I mean, that might be how you can tell maybe if a movie's just not as good as the first one. I remember the review for the first movie, but then I hardly remember the conversation that we had about the second movie.
Hmm.
but it's coming back to me now because we talked about why the sequel, how we would have ended it, and then we talked about the little. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it. If you guys want to hear us talk about the collection, go back and watch the stream. Um, because
Yeah.
he passed away a few weeks ago, and because it's Criterion Cell, I picked up James Caan in Thief, um, or James Caan, however you want to pronounce it.
Mm.
But yeah, Thief on Criterion Blu-ray. I heard it also has a really good soundtrack, so I'm excited. Yeah.
Soundtrack. You're the soundtrack to my life one. Um, all right, Criterion, perfect timing.
Nice.
Now this is a
Again,
movie.
not planned.
This is a movie that's been promoted for our next episode on Friday the 14th, the main show. Antichrist.
Antichrist.
Antichrist. Willem
Timeless.
Dafoe.
The D is silent.
Now, I have not watched it yet. Because I like to watch movies closer to showtime.
Exactly.
But I don't know, man.
I feel like I have to, but I don't know. I want to apologize for anybody out there who does follow and like listen to the podcast Friday the 14th, and then they'll either maybe find what we watch and watch it with us, or watch it then listen to the podcast. So if anybody out there watches this movie and just is completely baffled and wondering why it was picked, I'm sorry, but it's just one of those movies that it's a horror movie, and I think it's like Father's Day, where yeah, it's out there and it's weird, but it's fun to talk about. So,
I was going through the what is this considered like genre wise? It they consider it to be like a horror drama or drama horror. I was like, I haven't really seen that many. It's a lot of movies I have like horror or thrillers, horror, the usual stuff, but horror drama is like, oh, interesting.
it is interesting. Like I said, I've only watched it the one time. I was in awe and baffled by it, and I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to pick it up again. But as I get older, and as I've talked with you guys through the last like almost a year, I'm like, there's so many different kinds of horror. I think you can consider that horror. And after you looking it up and I looked it up too, yeah, it's considered a horror movie. So why not get two other people's opinions about this strange, unique horror movie? Again, I'm sorry.
I'm like,
Who
damn
knows?
it, why?
You
Just
might
for
end up liking it. A lot
uh,
of
um,
like film enthusiasts and horror lovers like the movie, so we'll see.
this movie's just gonna put me. It's gonna put me in the bed, crying, tears, weeping. Like I cannot. I don't know. I can't get this movie out of my mind. It's gonna be one of those type of things. I have to go see a therapist.
1957, staying on the Criterion binge. 12 Angry Men. Um, I don't know how, why, when, where, but it's considered a perfect film. We'll see. We'll see.
Criterion. All right. Well, I'll choose I'll choose a Criterion film. Or films, shall I say? Trilogy.
Sorry.
It's one of my non-horror pickups. Are you ready? Are you ready to rock?
I am ready. Yes.
The Before trilogy.
Have you watched any of them yet?
I did binge watch.
Good. What'd you think?
What do I think? Um, because these type of movies genre is a guilty pleasure. I don't know if I mentioned it with you, but I think I remember saying on Emo's While Alive. I was like, for whatever reason, romance type movies are a guilty pleasure.
I don't
Yeah,
think I don't think they're guilty pleasures. I mean, they're it's especially with the before trilogy. It's like you don't
but I
get
see,
that.
I've seen the cheesier ones.
Yeah. I agree, but like you don't get that anymore with like film, like a good trilogy. You don't get that anymore. So, um, and it's like provocative. It's terrific storytelling, and then the performances by Ethan Hawke and the other chick is good.
Oh,
It's fun.
bam!
Yeah.
That's like how you just like steal the trick. Yeah,
Have you
side
seen
corner. Ethan Hawke.
Julie Deply? Okay, Julie Deply.
Deply.
Um, have you seen the Boyhood
Weird.
with Ethan Hawke, where it's filmed like they started filming it like in 1999, and then 5 years later they came to it and filmed part two, and then another 5 years later they came and filmed Act Three, and it's one movie, but it's filmed in a 12-year span.
Nice.
Yeah,
No, actually, yeah. Need to dive more into Ethan Hawke.
Boyhood, Criterion.
There.
I have the regular Blu-ray, so but yeah, I think they did put it on Criterion, and it's Ethan Hawke. You got to get it now. But that's a good buy. That's a good show. The Before trilogy, I got it like last year or the year before at the 50% off sale, and it's really really good buy. I'm ending my Criterion show off for now. Um, but it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It just came out on Tuesday, and I had to pick it up. It's a Raging Bull 4K, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Martin Scorsese. I think I'm going to jump off of here and go watch it as soon as possible because it's just, I love boxing movies. And yeah, Robert De Niro's real good. You never got me down, Ray. You hear? You never got me down. It's a good movie.
Mm,
So yeah,
nice. I know kind of went past it, but just to mention the year gaps you were saying about the other way. I thought it was pretty interesting, like how these movies were made like 9 years apart from each other. Like, so I mean, if they were to make a fourth movie, it should have been this year. The next movie one.
drum roll.
I don't know if it even is considered horror. The drum roll it might just throw off my collection.
It's okay. Oh, the fourth kind.
But yeah, the fourth kind. That's it'll be like my first time watching it. I had when I got it, it was like my first time watching it. I was like, interesting. It's like you can choose to believe this shit.
Yeah.
It's up to you. Up to you. We're not saying it's real, but it's there. It's
There's a
real.
little documentary in there too. I think somebody recommended a few years ago, and I went out and bought it, and it's okay. I can't remember if I showed these off in the last one, so I'm down to my last like few. But I'm gonna quickly throw these two out there. Um, my next is some A24 favorites, The Humans and Come On from Joaquin Phoenix. So I'm in my bottom three, and that tells you where I'm at.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hmm. I'll go ahead and show two at once. All right. First one. It's a Jennifer Lawrence movie. Hunger
Jennifer
Games.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Is it a horror movie?
It's Hunger Games.
Oh,
No, but yeah, it's a house at the end of the street. Never seen it,
it's
so
not
blind
bad.
by.
Not bad.
But another big actor in a horror movie.
I actually got to see that in theaters.
It's-
Um,
Oh,
last. Oh,
whoa.
oh yeah. You said
As
two.
as to it was. Never Nick Cage movie. Pay the Ghost.
Pay the Ghost. Nick Cage.
Nick Cage horror.
Hmm. Um. After Yang, A24, Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
It's not bad. It's a slow burn. Real
Mm.
slow. Yeah.
Can you get the performance of the penguin?
He did not give the performance as the penguin.
Or how did he more? It was more towards Bullseye, Daredevil.
Uh no, he kind of seemed a little ash-holish in this one, but it
Phone booth.
wasn't. Yeah. It's a sci-fi movie, but it's like a PG sci-fi movie, so it didn't really know what it wanted to be, unfortunately. But yeah.
Colin Farrell. Yes, when you have some wins. Yes, when you losses.
Can't win them all. So
Oh,
la-
and yeah, you're on your bottom two, right?
last two, yeah.
Okay. On another episode coming up next week to be The Witch.
The Witch.
There you go.
A24.
The 4K 4K bagger finally pulling out a 4K movie.
You get the wangasm now.
The wangasm. It should be like a some clip going.
Yeah, these last five have been A24. I'm surprised I'm not soaked. Just meaning that it's hot. It's warm in here. You know, we had like 110-degree weather today. An episode of mine, hopefully soon. X, A24 horror movie. Ty West, Mia Goth. Mia Goth is in the movie.
Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega. She's picking up some steam, bro. Like she's picking up. She's also in. She's in Studio 666 for a little bit.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's picking up some steam as far as like horror movies go.
I think she has another movie coming out also. I can't remember what it was called.
Scream 666.
Script 666. Yeah, we did Insidious Chapter 2, which was a young Jenna Ortega.
Young
Kid.
can't talk about it.
Can't.
But yeah, Kid Cudi's also in the movie.
Kid Cudi. Speaking of kids,
Next.
go and give it to you.
Last one.
That's a good movie. It's a great movie. You're on your last one.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna. All right, I'll go on number 2. All right. Now this movie is I guess the lesser known title. I never heard of it before, but it has Tony Todd in it. Candyman, not me. It's like Candyman, but it's called what is it? Agoraphobia. Apparently, this is a movie you can get in the horror pack, like a subscription type of thing. I just happened to run across it at half price,
Oh,
and
nice.
it has the signature of the director.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I had to
assuming
take a
it's his,
double look.
I'm assuming it's a real signature, or it could be one of those printed ones.
The guy at the bookstore put it out. He signed it.
He signed it. It's all signed by me, the 4K bad guy. And Cassandra Skirble, I think that's how you say her name. I don't know. Not familiar with her work. And what do you know? Another Nick Cage movie, which is a movie that you also own.
Yeah,
Mom and Dad.
I recommended that a few months ago to some listeners.
You know the reason I know of it because of you. and doing some research also. But
It's a good movie.
Nick Cage horror. Oh man, was it
Uh,
your last one?
yeah, it's my last one, which is actually going to be an episode for me in 2 weeks. Finale, everything, everywhere, all at once. A24. So that finishes off my A24 stack, which they've been putting out some content lately. So, um, yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll make a great conversation piece, and it's a nice little slick 4K slipcover. So they're dishing out some of their movies pretty quick, and I think Men comes out next in August. Um, so, but you're gonna talk about an A24 movie with me as well. Um, August 4th, we're gonna do The Spectacular Now
Mm,
with Miles Teller. What?
it was only fitting.
Yeah, early A24 movie, like 2013. I think this is one of their first like 5 movies they pushed out. So it's gonna be a fun conversation.
Also,
Yeah,
it's a romance
Shane
movie,
Shanley Woodley.
romance drama. I think, or whatever.
It's a
I
bromance.
guess
Yeah,
a bromance. It's a bromance.
it's a
A romance.
bromance. So yeah,
Okay.
that's my physical media push for the last week or two.
Okay. Okay.
Finish us
4K.
off, Nick.
I have about one, two, three, and two big things.
Okay, knock it out
So
of the park.
let's go swinging. This movie is probably not even that good, but it's a 4K release, huh? It's the Puppet Master. That's like I think the last movie they've released.
It is,
There's that. Um,
which isn't terrible. I've seen it
oh,
before.
you seen it?
Yeah, I have
You
it.
said it isn't, or it is?
It's not. I thought it was decent.
Jesus. Um, Finn Wolfhard and The Turning. I've seen this
Oof.
movie like once, but I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things like, hey, this guy's from Stranger Things and it I'll pull out a DVD.
That was one of his
It's
first things, like massive, that he did after Stranger Things.
massive. Um and a DVD that's
DVD.
sealed up, bedazzled. Brendan
Bedazzled.
Fraser, the romance movie.
I'm surprised that movie hasn't gotten a Blu-ray
Romantic comedy.
release.
It does have a Blu-ray release actually, and it's out of print. That's why it's settled with this.
Oh, you should
Even
have
getting this is pretty pricey. Not really pricey, but
probably
like
pricey for a DVD.
for a DVD, I would say. But I was lucky enough to find this sealed up like $5 or $6.
Nice.
I mean, it's still a lot for a DVD, but for what it resells for, I think it's a grab.
You said $6,
$5 or $6.
dude.
Yeah, and I was like Amazon had it for like $20.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I've had to pay like $15 for a DVD recently.
All right, man.
Is this the finale?
No, it's coming, but here's a runner up. Shit. This was kind of like a birthday present to myself. I guess you can say that. The Evil Bong stash box. What essentially is the Evil Bong collection.
The Evil Bong collection.
Yeah, and it opens up like that. It's like a magnet flap, and then you have 9 movies, I believe. Or 8. What's it? One, two, three. One of them's a versus movie, like the Ginger Dead Man and Evil Bong. So that's a
So,
versus. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 actual other series. Then there's a movie called Ouija's. I don't know if it has to do with Evil Bong. It's
not
thrown in there.
not Ouija's.
Ouija's. Weed. And then they give you like extra space. They say like um you can put the movies, like if they make more movies, there'll be extra space for it. But I tried like putting like, a Blu-ray in there. It doesn't really fit properly. It's weird. It's like how you gonna
Hmm.
say advertise it as for the future titles, and then also joke around saying like, oh, or you want to hide some stuff from your mom, assuming that you live with your mom still. But this is a real nice set, like the design around the box.
Yeah, that is a nice box set.
It feels nice, and then there's Tommy Chong. Or is it
Tommy
Tommy? Is
Chong.
it Chong or Wong? No, it's Cheech Chong. Tommy. It's
Tommy
like what?
Chong. Evil Bong. That's pretty funny.
But yeah, and I believe sometime this week I found out that they released a new Blu-ray, Evil Bong. So it's called Evil Bong Infinity High. It's just the eights. So like, oh, I can have the collection without that. Apparently, that's the last Evil Bong movie. I'm like, really? Interesting.
9 disc set. That's pretty cool.
Okay, so if you caught up on there's two movies that I had. There's two movies that I had that gives a big hint to what this next collection is that's
Oh.
shown off. This was a birthday gift.
Oh.
Alright,
That's pretty girthy.
this is girthy and it has some weight to it.
It looks heavy.
I don't know if I can open it up properly without dropping shit. It has actual
It has
nice little
locks on it.
latches. Yeah, it's like an actual trunk. All right, bam.
Oh, okay. You got the Puppet Master set.
Puppet Master trunk, Toulon's trunk. Now the fun thing is the original how the set was released. It only went up to what is it? Puppet Master Axis of Termination. I believe that's what the movie is called. But I guess when they started remaking these sets, they threw in Blade, the spin-off one. I guess the standalone Blade movie. So that was pretty interesting. I was like, wow. But yeah,
Nice. Have you dug into any of
that's
those yet?
I had not done it yet. That'd be a massive binge with those movies, and then the new that movie I had on 4K, and then the the versus movie, the Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys.
Oh yeah. You had two. That was a nice little send off.
That's
Having the
the
two.
whole collection.
Yeah, having the two lead into it. It's pretty
Yeah, I was like,
nice.
oh, I hope these don't give away what I'm about to show. But yeah, it's the entire collection, at least for now. Still
For
building.
now.
Yeah, I just busted the load.
Yeah, Nick, where can they find what we post as far as physical media on the Instagram and social media? We
That's
uh we we also post pictures as well.
some feed pictures.
Yeah,
If you're interested. Um, but yeah, we have our show Friday the 14th podcast. Either it be the main show UHD together
forever.
forever and ever. That's on Instagram. You want to follow that? It's Friday the 14th podcast UHD. As far as my solo account, that's at the 4K bad guy. Pretty simple.
You guys can follow me on the Instagram as well. It's just one word, Instagram Cinema Movie Podcast. Girthiness upon girthiness of physical media and all things podcasting and what we're doing.
Podcast.
Yeah.
That's what I call podcast. I can't remember. I think I came across a movie that had something to do with podcasting. I was like, oh, I could be an episode, but
Tusk.
it slipped my mind. Maybe
Tusk.
I probably A24 horror.
But yeah.
Hmm. Well, I know we already kind of like did our advertisings for the our accounts, but there's an image I want to show off. something too major or anything. Just I thought it would be a fun thing to show off. But Winnie the Pooh. I mean, this was kind of I don't remember what episode we brought it up on, but I just it's funny. They're making a horror movie out of Winnie the Pooh.
Weenie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Yeah.
This ain't no bedtime story.
I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be one of those movies that kind of feels like, um, hopefully there's like some seriousness behind it, like Pig with Nicolas Cage. I know when people first saw the trailer for Pig, they were kind of like, it's a homeless Nicolas Cage. It's not going to be good at all. But it ended up being very, very good. So I'm interested to see if this is going to get like into theaters or if it's just going to be like a streaming only.
Mm, I
So
don't know. I mean, it doesn't have Disney's backing on it, so
I'll check it out though.
future episode. But yeah, it's been a nice little fun. I get together again to hang out, stream a physical media. Until next time, Juan, I'll see you on Wednesday to review the Vitch.
One Wednesday, A24 The Witch, 8 p.m. I'm excited.
8 p.m. Could you do it all over again?
All right, man. Everybody have a good night.
All right. Remember, folks, always been a bad guy.